Hey, it's Jack from Jack Gately Real Estate and the Online Real Estate Academy. I have big news if you're taking the broker class and exam here in Massachusetts coming up October 1st. So there's another video, I'll link it somewhere, about changes to the salesperson exam in Massachusetts. But this video is dedicated to the changes on the national portion of the broker exam in Massachusetts. Remember, the broker exam is basically in two parts. One is the national portion, which is scored and timed separately, and the other part is the Massachusetts portion, which is scored and timed separately. We're talking about the national portion of the Massachusetts broker exam in this video. So let's go to the chalkboard. It's been a little while since we made a video like this, since 2018, since the last time they made a big change in the exam, and we have some big changes to discuss. Let's go to the chalkboard. Okay, so right off the bat, there's going to be a change in the passing score. Currently, you need a 70% to pass the broker exam. As of October 1st, that is now going to be a 75% score. Yeah. So you're gonna have to up your game if you're taking the exam, and the number of questions is going to change. Currently, there are 80 questions. Remember, we're talking the national portion of the exam, not the Massachusetts portion, the national portion. Currently, there are 80 questions. The new exam will be 100 questions, and this is how this is going to break down. There will be 80 one-point questions, and then there'll be 10 two-point questions, which means it's a total of, anybody do the math here, Bueller? That's 100 points, right? So it's a total of 100 points. And yeah, so it kind of changes the dynamic a little bit. And we're going to get into a little bit of how these 2-point questions are going to be asked. Basically, they're going to be scenario questions, and there's going to be an optimal answer, and you'll get 2 points for that. There'll be a okay answer, and you get 1 point for that. And then there'll be probably 2 wrong answers, and you won't get any. They'll all be multiple choice. Every question's multiple choice, but these are scenario questions, and you kind of have to figure out what is the optimal answer. Optimal doesn't mean perfect outcome. It means the best outcome. And these 10 questions, you couldn't score up to 10 points on these 10 questions, or 20 points, on these 10 questions. So yeah, that's a new wrinkle. I believe that's how they offer the instructor exam as well. Very similar type of dynamic. So that's going to be more difficult. More scenario questions, and they're worth more. And I think the board's thinking on this is that, as a broker, you're kind of like the last line of defense, so to speak. Yeah, that's where the buck stops. And you should be able to, if you're going to be a broker, be able to understand these scenarios and act accordingly with the law and what's ethical. Yeah, right? Exactly. You should be able to do that. And so that's why they're kind of going to be, you need to level up. Next up is topic distribution, whether it's property ownership or agency or transfer title, whatever, all the topics that they ask. They're tweaking them very slightly. I don't think your average exam taker will even notice. I would expect that the exam service will issue a new candidate bulletin with those percentages, but I don't think that's a stress point here for this video. The other slight change is in the cognitive level questions. The distribution of those is now going to be 16% recall, 47% application, and 37% evaluation. You might remember, or might not remember, but in 2018, they introduced these evaluation questions, and they were 36% of the exam. Now they're 37%. So as you can see, the cognitive level changes, I think, are also slight. The big question remains is the time. And that is kind of an outstanding question of whether or not they're actually going to provide more time to the test taker to complete this exam. That is not answered in the memo that I have here, so that remains outstanding. We will keep you posted. You would think if they're asking more questions, they would give you more, but not necessarily, because currently, especially on the salesperson exam, and I think this might be less so on the broker exam, but currently, most test takers finish all 80 questions with a lot of time left on the clock. So my strong recommendation, and I give this to my salesperson candidates as well, is that you want to use that bookmark feature that's built into the exam software. So if you're going along and you have trouble with a question, you can bookmark it, and at the end, when you get to all 100 questions or all 90 questions, at the end, if you still have time on the clock, you can go back and review those questions that you had difficulty with them because you bookmark them. And you won't be wasting time sifting through the questions to find the difficult questions. The software will bring it up for you, and it will save you a lot of time. So take that advice. Lastly, for my broker candidates, the feedback I get from people who take the exam and don't pass is that they thought it was going to be easy because hubris, right? Hey, I've been an agent for 18 years. I've had longevity in this business, and I know what it takes to be successful. I don't need to study for this exam. And of course, they stroll in there and they get wiped. They get demolished by the exam. Why? Because they were overconfident. They didn't take it seriously. And what you really got to do, you got to humble yourself a little bit. Because understand that the skills to have longevity in this business and the skills to be successful in this business are different than the essentials that are being tested on for the exam to become a broker. You're leveling up. You've got to level up your basic knowledge, right? Back to basics a little bit here. Those are two different things. What it takes to be successful in longevity is totally different than the fundamental information that you need to master to be a broker in this business. So just go about it with that attitude and you'll be in a much better place. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'm Jack Gately from Jack Gately Real Estate and the Online Real Estate Academy. We'll keep you posted. Have a great day.